Today I'm doing a simple breakdown of Chase's overdraft fees system. So what an overdraft is essentially if you have, let's say in my example, $1,610, and for whatever reason I decide to spend 1.7K in this hypothetical, right? So obviously I don't have that sort of money, okay? So if I spend something that costs this much, all of a sudden I'm at negative $100 balance, right? So the default should be 0, but if you don't have it set up for it to stop and not allow that purchase, then it'll go into the negative $100. So you are effectively $100 overdraft. So that's just a simple explanation of it. It just means you're going below $0. So you're spending more than you actually have, and you will get charged for it. So whether it's you purchasing something and you going below that and you're trying to figure out how that even works, I'm going to give you a brief example. So over here, this is simply just me clicking this button right here, but I'm just going to show you really quickly. As you can see, there are 3 cases where I've had an overdraft fee. I've had it previously before too, but this is just the most recent one. And to put it simple, this is the amount that put me into overdraft. So I think at that time I had less than 1,000. So let's honestly say I probably had like what, $700. This charge of $850 put me into overdraft. Okay. So it kind of varies. So it depends. There are overdraft fees that could be $25. I've had cases with 34. I've even had cases where they charge me $34. I've seen this the most out of all of them. But essentially, if you are overdraft, aka if you are below $0 on your account, which means they're having to spend their own money, like the bank's money, to purchase the purchase that you want to make, you will on average be charged $34 every time you go into the negative. The good thing is there is a daily limit. So let's say you make 3 card purchases in one day. The max you will be charged is $102, and it will not go above this. So if you make a 4th purchase that day, they will not charge you anymore because of this 3 fees per day maximum limit. Okay, so just keep this in mind. On another note, there is also the chance that Chase does decline your payment because you don't have enough money, and they can charge $34 in that case too. So despite this, as you can see, the actual transaction itself was $34 every single time. So in my case, it was 2 days, two times here, 1 time on this date, which sucks. But yeah, so just keep this in mind. This is the go-to number, whether it's an overdraft fee or it's a return item fee. So it doesn't really matter which one it is. And so obviously, if you don't have an overdrawn amount, then you could fix it in 1 day. So what I mean by that is, let's say that it did go overdrawn, and let's say it went below $50 or less. You are able to simply just call them on your phone and tell them that, just kind of fix it up. You can do that as long as it's 1 business day. So you still have an option to call customer support and get this sorted. Just make sure, because it's only 1 day. So you got to be on top of it. Another thing that you can also do is get overdraft protection. I have another tutorial on the channel if you're interested in that. But that's simply just turning it on. Like, that's all it is. If you turn it on, it'll protect you from this overdraft situation, and I highly recommend it for anyone that is worried about going past this amount. Hope this helped, and if it did, consider subscribing.